Hi, welcome to this episode of Industry Voice. And today I have Alyssa Bouchard on the podcast today. How are you, Alyssa?
Great. How are you, Jeff?
Great. We have known each other for a long time since I got into the Insurtech community, and I am glad to have you on the podcast today and talk about all the things you do.
Yes, I'm excited. It's been a long time coming, so happy to be here.
So for our audience, give our audience the highlight and let's get into it. Tell our audience your background and how you get into insurance and then what do you do now?
Perfect. So yeah, I actually started my insurance background when I was in college, and I was a student at Appalachian State University in North Carolina. At the time, I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my career. I was a general business management major, not really sure what I was going to manage when I graduated from college at 22. So at the time, I was working to put myself through school. I came from a big family, lots of kids, no college funds. So I was working to put myself through school and didn't have any family and insurance, but I was really fortunate that I had a couple of hometown friends. They actually found me at a tailgate before a football game at App State, and they said, you have to be a risk management and insurance major, and you have to join Gamma Iota Sigma, which is the company that I work for now. That's the national college organization for students that are pursuing careers in risk management and insurance. And at the time, this is kind of what they sold me on, right? So they said, if you join GIS and you become an RMI major, you are going to get tons of scholarships. The industry is super generous, very financially supportive. And as someone working to put myself through school, I said, sign me up. That sounds amazing. They said, if you join the program, you're going to get all these great travel opportunities to industry conferences and events. I had been on an airplane one time at that point, so that was really appealing to me. And then they said, if you join the program, we have about a 95% job placement rate. And so I thought, oh my gosh, guaranteed job basically out of school, financial, security, stability, and just the ability to have a great job. Sign me up. So I didn't look back. I got really involved in Gamma Iota Sigma. I dove into my studies. Had a really great experience, graduated from college debt-free as a result of the generosity of the industry and all of the scholarships. And that was about, gosh, like 14 years ago now, maybe. So it's been a minute. But after graduating school, I went to work for Amwins in Chicago. So get me out of North Carolina, let me explore and experience some other places. So had a great experience there. And then I kind of was trying to figure out where in the industry, there's so many opportunities in the industry, what was the right fit for me? So I made my way over to the association side of the business, working for trade association and insurance. I spent some time working in human resources, just trying to figure out what it was that where it could lend my skill set and where a job that I could really be passionate about. And I ended up landing at Gamma Iota Sigma, kind of a full circle moment, almost 7 years ago. And just so thrilled and honored to be here and excited because I had such a great benefit from when I was in school. Gamma gave me so much and so many opportunities that now I get to help support students and future industry talent in that way. So my job at GIS is to really provide or develop industry partnerships with insurance organizations, associations, organizations of all types across the industry, and then help make that connection with our students. So we have about 6,000 students, about 167 colleges and universities now that we're represented at across the US. And so they're all looking to be in insurance. And so I get the opportunity to build relationships with industry partners who are then looking to engage with and hire our students. So I love it and I'm happy to be here.
Let's talk about, well, there's so many things to go into because insurance is such a wide, deep space. And tell me about the backbone, the working infrastructure of GIS. And someone never heard of GIS and hearing GIS for the first time on this podcast, and they
Yeah.
want to get into a career with insurance. How do they get involved? How do
Yeah.
they get the benefit?
Yeah. So we are, I'll just tell you a little bit about the history. We've been around since 1965, a lot longer than people realize. We were founded at the Ohio State University. And we just really have grown, I would say, especially within the last like 10 to 12 years. To give you some context here, when I was in college in Gamma, we had about 40 chapters, and we actually just chartered our 113th chapter. So we have more than doubled in size in the last 12 years, which is awesome. And so we have an inclusive membership strategy. So if there's a student out there listening and interested in GIS, I think that the common denominator amongst our students is that they're all pursuing careers in risk management and insurance, but they come from so many different backgrounds. We have all majors. We have risk management majors, insurance majors, but we have data analytics majors, and we have marketing majors, finance, economics, you name it, we probably have it. And we also, as part of that inclusive membership strategy, we don't want to turn students away. So even though we have chapters and students are a part of chapters, if there's a student at a college where there's not a chapter, we want them to be a part of GIS. So they can just get in touch with us and they can take advantage of all the amazing benefits and opportunities that we offer to our students.
So if you are an insurance carrier and you're not part of the GIS program,
Yeah.
first thing they do is, of course, you follow Alyssa on LinkedIn, you send her a DM, you connect with her, you slide into her DM, right? And then what's the next thing that you tell them how to be
Yeah.
a part of the program?
Yeah. So we work with over 100 insurance companies in different ways. I would say the most comprehensive way to formally partner with us is through our Sustaining Partners program. So that's our corporate membership, if you will. One-stop shop. It includes access to sponsorship of all of our core events. It includes year-round branding, speaking opportunities. Just a whole host of things throughout the year. That's really the most comprehensive way. If you want to be in front of our students throughout the year, that's the way to do it, our Sustaining Partners program. We also have opportunities to engage with us on our a la carte kind of conference level, right? So we host a big annual conference. This year it's going to be in Hartford, Connecticut. It's always at the end of September, early October. And so companies can come in and participate, exhibit there. We do a huge career fair, mock interviews, resume reviews. It's so many opportunities to plug in and to support our students and connect with our students. And then probably the third way would be through the Gamma Iota Sigma Foundation. So a couple of years ago, we were having a lot of conversations and realizing that there were just a lot of barriers to students and schools to join our industry. If you think about it, even to have if you have a student who can't afford a suit, right? Like, are they at a disadvantage in job interviews and things like that? Absolutely, right? And students who are need accessibility accommodations and we have an entire chapter that is at Gallaudet University that's hard of hearing, right? So their experience is going to be different. So a couple of years ago, we started the foundation. And so we have companies that really support us in that way to ensure equitable access for all students that are looking to be in the industry. So through that, we provide things like professional attire scholarships, so a student can buy a suit for their interviews, or travel scholarships, so students can come to our annual conference and meet with 100 insurance organizations that are there. We cover the cost of their flight, their hotel. We do mental wellness workshops and opportunities there. We have accessibility resources. So I could talk about this we would need a lot longer than just one podcast, Jeff, to talk about all the things that we're doing for our students. But all that to say, a lot of organizations partner with us on the foundation as well, or the Sustaining Partners program. There's a lot of opportunities to get involved, and it's so much more than just recruiting. I mean, it is recruiting, but it's also investing in rising talent, supporting them, supporting opportunities for mentorship and professional development and all sorts of things. So if you can't tell, I get a little excited about it. I am very passionate about the work that we're doing.
I love it. You know, you can tell the passion coming through. So I love it. Let's talk about the scholarship part. Like, how does someone go about getting a scholarship in the insurance industry?
Yeah. So we provide scholarships through the foundation, and for that it would be, a student that wants to apply through our foundation website, apply for a scholarship for professional attire. We also are providing scholarships now for students to get their CPCU designation or their CIC designation, funds for that. And so that can be done through the Gamma Iota Sigma Foundation. We also work with a lot of industry partners, a lot of professional associations that provide scholarships for students. So we have a professional association roundtable that we host a couple times a year, so we can stay connected with those organizations that are providing scholarships for students. And we actually have a scholarship corner where insurance organizations can submit their scholarships that they provide, and then we broadcast that to our students so they can apply for those awesome opportunities. But the industry is so generous, it's really amazing. And so definitely encourage all the students to take advantage of that. Apply for everything because there's just so much opportunity out there.
I got a couple questions on your event coming up, but first, what are some of the biggest area of needs that you are seeing that people are telling you? Is it underwriting? Is it claims? Is it actuary? Thank you for watching this video. Now a quick message from our sponsor, MAV.
Thanks, Jeff. I want to let you all in on a secret that top producing agencies don't want you to know about. If you're in P&C insurance, you know firsthand how much you're getting squeezed by your call center. It's becoming less predictable and less economically profitable to scale. But here's the thing. The top producing agencies making over $100 million are not running their leads through a human-based call center. They're running them through an AI expert like MAV to qualify, quote, and hand deliver the highest intent qualified leads to your agents. MAV takes care of the back and forth, having unlimited 24/7 conversations with your leads that are personal and relevant so you can scale to the moon. Ready to ditch your call center and 10x your agency? We're giving the listeners of Insurtechs $15,000 worth of credit to try MAV. Head to hiremav.com/Insurtechs to claim this offer.
I think it's shifting, it's changing, and we see the need across the industry. We see the need with brokers and carriers and TPAs, and so we see that need really across the industry. But I think what we're hearing, and actually we just one of our board members just gave a keynote to our students last week. Ty Beba, he's with Assured Partners, Chief Revenue Officer there. And something that he was stressing was, the need to really be well-rounded because the need is changing and the opportunities are shifting across the industry, to get kind of exposure to a lot of different areas and have that well-rounded, it's no longer, underwriters are no longer just sitting at their desks and crunching numbers, right? They're out and they're meeting with brokers and so I think the nature of the jobs, the jobs stay the same, but what is required and the responsibilities and the skill sets shift a little bit, right? So I would say we're seeing the industry hire across the board, and we are seeing more requests for really students to have that skill set to be able to have those soft skills, right? Soft skills are so key, and to be able to engage, but also have, dip your toe in the data analytics and make sure that you are able to do some analysis and all of that. And even, think about actuaries. I think there's sometimes misconception about actuaries, but actuaries are liaisons and working and partnering with other areas of the business, right? It's just the need to be well-rounded is really what we're seeing, and encompass a variety of different skill sets, so you can be flexible and adaptable.
You know, you start hearing people in leadership and HR talk about the word soft skill. When did that word become popular? Because now I hear it all the time.
I
So
know.
if you're wondering what she just said on soft skills, Alyssa, can you give us a background?
Yeah, I think that the soft skills are so key, and really when you think about it, it's just the ability to interact, and it's such a relationship business that we are in, right? And so it's not enough just anymore to just sit down and do your job, but you have to be able to build relationships and have self-awareness and know how to take clients out to dinner and just have all of those opportunities. I think back to when I was a student, and one of the most valuable things that I had the opportunity to participate in was an etiquette dinner. I came from small town, and we weren't going to nice dinners where you have to use multiple forks, right? So when I was in school, I had this etiquette dinner and learned, when do you order your food? Where do you put the bread? Where do you put the bread? What fork do you use? And I use that still to this day. It's some of the most valuable things that I participated in. So things like that, professional development opportunities, learning how to present and how to connect and network. I think networking is probably the most important skill that you can have in this business. And so, yeah, soft skills, it's absolutely necessary. You gotta have the technical knowledge, and also the soft skills are so key.
You guys teach soft skills?
We do. I mean, we have a lot of speakers come in at our annual conference. We do regional conferences and a leadership symposium, and we really do a lot of professional development opportunities there for our students so that they can learn how to present well. And that's part of what we do as well through the Gamma Iota Sigma Foundation. There's 4 key focus areas. It's professional development is the first one, and then we have chapter support, which provides educational experiences for our chapters. We do accessibility and the mental wellness. So professional development we do a lot with that. We provide free headshots for our students at our events. We help them with the sessions and learn how to just be able to network. And we've done etiquette dinners as well for our students. So yes, we do a lot of that. Just want to make sure our goal is by the time a Gamma Iota Sigma student gets into the industry, right? They have a leg up because they've had all these great opportunities, and they're able to hit the ground running and add value more quickly as a new hire.
What regional chapters do you guys have? Like how many regional chapters?
We have 113 collegiate chapters, and so those are in all across the country. And so 113 at different colleges and universities. We also have an alumni council where we have probably about 35,000 alumni that have come through GIS since 1965. And so we have just shy of 20 alumni chapters that are in a lot of the major cities. We have a Dallas chapter, Chicago chapter, New York chapter, and that kind of allows our students, once they graduate, to stay involved, continue those great connections and networks. And so that's more on a regional basis.
What would you say your 5 biggest one will be?
For the alumni council or the student chapters? Alumni. Oh gosh, this is a good quiz for me. I would say, if thinking of alumni chapters, the Dallas-Fort Worth chapter, the New York chapter, the Chicago chapter, we have a Philadelphia chapter as well, and maybe Los Angeles. We're all over the place. So the student chapter, that's definitely tricky for me. I don't want to answer that one because I'm definitely going to get it wrong. But we have chapters of all shapes and sizes, right? We have some really, really huge chapters with hundreds and hundreds of members that have events every couple of days. And then we have smaller chapters that are just as robust. We do a competition basically for all of our chapters, and they compete. And the top few chapters actually will present at our annual conference for the Bowers Award. And you'd be surprised, we have chapters that are in the final 5 that are the huge chapters, but other chapters that are smaller, but they just really are crushing it, and they really support their members.
Nice. Now let's get to your event this year, your annual event. When is it? And you said Hartford, right? Hartford,
Yes,
Connecticut.
we are going to be in Hartford, Connecticut for our annual conference. It's September 25th and 26th. We are getting so much great excitement and just from students and industry alike. So we'll have about 600 students there from probably about 60 to 70 colleges and universities across the country. So students from all over. And then we'll have about 100 insurance organizations that come and join us to recruit, to support our students, and engage with them. So we pack a lot into 2 days. We do a massive career fair, 2-day career fair. We do mock interviews, resume reviews. We have, for our sustaining partners, our corporate members, they actually get interview rooms, designated interview rooms at the event. So a lot of interviews happening on site, keynote speakers, which we're getting close to announcing those, so stay tuned, and a lot of opportunity sessions and great ways. So I would encourage, it's a great fit for any insurance organization, any Insurtech to join us and participate and just connect with a very impressive group of incoming industry talent.
That's awesome. I'm going to talk to you offline because that sounds like a really cool event to cover.
We'd love to have you.
I really enjoy covering the Insurtech conferences, insurance conferences, whether on broker side or on the carrier software side. I have a good time covering them. And I did a couple of events at Insurtech Hartford, their meetup events.
Yeah.
And they had students coming there, and I had a good time talking to them.
Awesome.
And I believe it was UConn students that I interviewed. I interviewed a group of UConn students at Insurtech Connect in Vegas. And I remember there was this one group, it was 9 girls. And every single, because I have 2 daughters, right? And then every single girl that was part of the UConn insurance program, they were just so ready. They were so prepared and for the workforce, and they were doing hard things. They weren't like doing easy things. They were like doing really hard things in their career choice. And I was just like, man, if I have daughters ready to go to college, I'm like, UConn, take my daughters, get them through insurance.
Yeah, I hope they join us in the industry. Maybe a couple of future Gamma members. You never know.
It's funny. This morning we're signing them up for summer camp, so maybe one day we're signing them up for your program. So
yes, we would love that. Absolutely.
how do they get involved more? Let's just say if they want to not just be part of the program, but help with the program, is there a way to get involved and help you guys grow? How does that happen? Thank you for all your support to our channel. Here is a quick word from our sponsor. Please click on the link below in the comment section to sign up for a demo with Track AI.
What if your insurance sales conversations could work harder for you? Meet Track, your AI-powered conversation intelligence partner. Track automatically captures and analyzes every customer interaction, providing instant call summaries, risk analysis, and AI-driven coaching insights. Say goodbye to manual note-taking and hello to more selling time. Track handles the admin work while you handle the revenue. Fully integrated with your favorite platforms. Plus, get custom AI analysis tailored to your unique business needs. Transform your sales team's performance with Track. Visit track.ai today.
Click the link in the description below to schedule a demo with Track today.
What we really see is that the organizations that really crush it and support us and hire all our great talent, they're doing it kind of on a twofold partnership, if you think about it. So they're partnering with us. Either they're a sustaining partner or they're participating in our events. They're supporting the foundation, but then they're also building those local chapter partnerships, and they're doing that both at the same time, right? So We have 113 chapters. You know, if you're, we have few in Virginia and in the DC area, if you want to get involved there, Jeff, just to support. They're always looking for speakers. They're always looking for local industry folks to come in and engage with their students. And then, yeah, have the national presence with us as well. So I think just the most important thing, doing the right thing to support our students, even if maybe you're not hiring a ton right now, that's okay, but just supporting the next generation of industry professionals and getting involved and being willing to support and engage with them in that way. Sign up to participate and volunteer for resume reviews or mock interviews or something like that. We'll take it.
We're just crossed over into March, and hopefully we'll get this dropped in the next 4 to 5 weeks. What event is coming for you this year? Where are you going?
Yeah, you know, I have a few on the list. So I'm really involved with WSIA, which is the Wholesale and Specialty Insurance Association. Have been since I was in college, one of those things. So I'm on a committee there. So we'll do committee day in Dallas in May. Very excited about that. We're also hosting our board meetings in April in Columbus for Gamma Iota Sigma. So we'll bring about 40 industry leaders together to help us and guide our strategic direction of the organization and just get excited for this year. So those are the next two on my list. And yeah, in terms of industry, where are you going, Jeff? I feel like you're always going somewhere.
Insurtech Hartford Symposium, that's coming up. Insurtech New York, that's coming up. Insurtech Insights.
Ooh.
So those are the three big one, I think, in Q2. And
Yeah.
also on the broker side, there's Agent Broker United is on the West Coast and is in Vegas. So that's a big one for me on the broker side. And then in the fall, there's Insurtech Connect, which is like the Super Bowl of our Insurtech conferences. So those are some of the big ones. And then there's like Routers Insurance Innovation Summit, I think in Chicago in June.
Right. Yeah.
So those are the 5 or 6 that's on top of my head. And definitely now that you mentioned yours, I would love to come to yours.
Add it to the list. We would love to
The
have
list.
you.
We can help you guys cross promote it. So
yeah, and I would say, you know, in terms of the organizations that participate, I think there's a greater opportunity for the insurtech community to participate and to support. You know, I know that sometimes the hiring needs are a little bit different, but there's so many opportunities to just get in front of our students, raise awareness of the insurtech community, and get that exposure. You know, our students, they tend to gravitate towards the companies that are showing up and the roles that are represented there, right? If we have, this doesn't happen, but this is an example. If all 100 of our companies and our annual conference sponsors were carriers, every single one of our students would want to be an underwriter, right? Because that's what they're seeing. That's what they're getting exposure to. So as we've added more brokers and TPAs and you know, claims opportunities across the board, you know, we'd love to see an even bigger showing from the insurtech community to help raise awareness with our students.
definitely big software company in Insurtech, right? So from Salesforce, Guidewire, Duck Creek, Boltech, I mean, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I am looking forward to maybe seeing you at one of these events, attending your events. Maybe we do some more like GIS series coming up. I got some ideas, so I'm gonna download it to you offline. So
I think you would maybe love to hear from some of our outstanding, amazing students. So we can tee that up for sure. We'll chat.
all right, audience, make sure you go follow her, go connect with her on LinkedIn, follow Alyssa, and I'm gonna put her link below in the comments. So thank you very much for coming on the show.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jeff.